Cushman, the legend in the plans. Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans. Not many whose head can understand everything pro wrestling. It can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes.
What's going on, EPW Nation? It's your boys from the Everything College Basketball Podcast, Josh and Peyton, here to remind you all that college basketball season is right around the corner. Yes, we finally know it's right around the corner. And Peyton, there's only one place people should go for all the college basketball excitement.
Well, Josh, the only place to find all college basketball hoops all the time is Everything College Basketball. Everything College Basketball can be listened to on several podcast hosting sites like Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And we can also be found on our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Everything College Basketball.
Yes, make sure you are joining the group with a couple other 100 people and growing by the day as we march into year number 3 of the Everything College Basketball networking system. Now, let's get back to Conrad and Everything Pro Wrestling.
It's a new era. Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, and today we have 2 members now of the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I am joined by Jesse and James. You guys are getting ready to hear a review of AEW Dynamite, January 5th, 2022. They are now on TBS. This is a new era. And we're going to have some fun with this, talking about the show. So make sure you guys stick around and keep it locked in with us. And with that being said, let's start the intro.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
All right. You know how we do every week, man. Got to give some love to my guests. But before we get into having them get into their stuff, you know we got to chill. It's time to give a little promotion time. And we got to talk first about Manscaped. Now, listen, guys. On nights like this, when you have a good wrestling show, it's hard to get in that good mood. You know what I mean? But that never means that there's not enough time for some grooming. So make sure you guys go to manscaped.com, use our promo code EPW show, and you can save 20% and get free delivery. Who doesn't like saving money? This is a great gift. It's after the new year. New year, new bush trimming. So go to manscaped.com, put in the promo code, and you guys can definitely have some fun with that one. And we got another promo code for you, powerslam.tv. One of my absolute favorite sites. If you guys are into independent wrestling, you guys can go there and watch all the independent wrestling you want for 1 month for free using our promo code EPW show. So make sure you guys check it out. Jesse, James, the Road Dogs, whatever I want to call you guys tonight. What a show we just had. You guys are the host of a show called The Pro Wrestling Shoot. Jesse, tell them what it's about and tell them what you got coming up, man. I want to get this out the way so people know early what you've got coming up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last week, we just like to talk some old pro wrestling. We like to talk current wrestling. Right now, we're doing a series on What If. So we're doing a little bit of fantasy booking on some old school Attitude Era stuff, WCW, whatever. Yeah, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We do exclusive stuff on YouTube as well at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Haven't done a video in a couple weeks since the holidays, but we're going to catch up to that, man. Yeah, we just have fun on the show, man. Like to do a lot of shenanigans. We got exclusive segments, so to speak, and people on the show that we're not necessarily fond of, but they're on our show anyway. We're signed by a network. and the network hates us apparently. So they put certain people on our show that we don't want. Yeah.
Hate's a strong word, I feel. Trill Talk's not a bad show. And if you guys don't know what Trill Talk is, you have to go listen to them to listen to these segments. You will probably piss your pants laughing. I am neutral in all of this. So when you guys go to listen to this, it'll be funny. James is probably one of the best parts in that. So, James, it's good to have you on too. I think this is your first time on Everything Pro Wrestling.
It is. And no more mention of Trill Talk. That guy's a piece of work. But yeah, we have a lot of fun content on the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Like Jesse mentioned, we have the What If series. We recently just recorded, and will be coming out on Monday. Of course, we release every Monday about what if Bret Hart never got screwed, and the following one is what if Steve Austin never retired. So we got lots of content coming, guys. We're on season 4, and we have started this since 2020. So
we're on season 3. Don't be pushing us ahead that far. We're on season 3. You're fucking fired.
Right.
All right, Chris Williams.
and speaking of Conrad liking Trill Talk, I'm starting to think that you're hired by the network as well.
Maybe this is
come in here and be neutral.
But listen, this was some you know how like you have the union, then you got to go to the mediator. That's what they called me in to do. Kind of mediate this and see if I could fix things on both sides.
My goodness, dude. My goodness.
That's what they pay me for. B-Boy Skyline coming in with, if you think the grass is greener on the other side, be my guest. Ooh, we'll talk about that line. I don't even want to read that whole thing. I may have to come back to that. Actually, that's going to get starred. I'll probably come back to that. KJ Jen Carter in the chat says, yo, what's up, Jen? Thank you for joining us. BJ is hoping Ray Phoenix recovers soon. Sheesh. Matt Lopez has also joined us. What's good, Matt? Thank you for coming in. Malik Murray said, match of the fucking year. He was feeling it. Indie Wrestling Corner. Shout out to my girl Tiff. She just did a fantastic interview today with JT Dunn. He doesn't give out too many interviews, so I urge you to check out her YouTube channel as well. That's Indie Wrestling Corner. Show her some love as well.
She's got Nick Wayne coming up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's all over.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, we'll be seeing them live.
Nice. What's that? At Prestige, right?
Yes, at Prestige.
Yes,
we are sponsoring an event called Roseland 2 in Portland, Oregon. Prestige Wrestling. It's called Prestige Wrestling Forever. February 20th. Nick Wayne is on the card. Can't wait to do this, man. It's gonna be fun.
There you go. We support all types of wrestling on this show. We're not favoring one or the other. And look at this. KJ throwing out the hello to everybody in here. We appreciate that, Jen. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, Jen?
Hey, how's it going, Baby Yoda?
Positively E says, what up? BJ said connection went out. I'm back. Ooh, did y'all see that? Paul White in the crowd. oh man, if only. You know, Derek's still out this week, and you know we always feel for Derek. So make sure you guys show him some love if you see him in the chat as well. I feel like we always miss him. Every time we come on the show, he's never on the show. This one's for a good reason. I'll let Derek tell his story for why, but this one was for a good reason. But yeah, Derek's always on some bullshit though. Shout out to Ray with Respect the Craft podcast. Gonna show you some love, Ray. Euro. Chad's also in the house. What's good, Chad? There's Derek right there saying what up. What's good, D?
What's going on, Derek?
Derek, I hope this can make you feel a little bit better. We'll get into some of that. I know you're a big Paul White fan. What up, Ace? Thank you for being a mod in the chat with several other people. Well, it's the front row. That was dirty. Prepare for trouble and make it double to protect the devastation. I don't even know what you're talking about. Chris, what's good? Hey, guys, I'm a huge fan of your show. I was wondering if I could be on the show sometimes. I have a lot of ideas and predictions for AEW and WWE. Chris, you show me what you've got, my friend, and we can possibly talk.
It's not happening, Chris. You're not allowed.
Just because you have a name, Chris.
Just stay in the chat, Mark.
All Chris are banned from this chat.
No, Lara showing some love. Man, we got a lot of people who I haven't seen in a while. What's going on, everybody? That Ray arm break was brutal. Holy crap.
Stop bringing it up. I don't even want to think about it.
Toxic World. Did you just say Omasin in the chat randomly? I love it. Derek said, come on, bro. Derek's tight right now. But let's get into this show here, shall we? Let's talk about the opener, because I can't wait to hear Jesse's reaction to this, because I want to know what it's going to be. If you guys don't know, and let me put this up for Rob. Rob had me get this. Hopefully Jocelyn pops in the chat and gets to see. This is because they're on TBS, a little Ricky Spanish. I won't do the voice. That's Derek's gimmick, but
oh, come on, Conrad. Just do it.
Just let it do.
Ricky Spanish. So the opening contest tonight, we had not Ricky Spanish over Bryan's face, but we're going to leave that there. The AEW World Champion Adam Hangman Page versus Bryan Danielson. This was fun. I liked it. But Jesse, I'm coming to you first, because Jesse did not like the 60-minute Iron Man match, basically, that these guys had. He was not a fan of the draw. So what did you think of this one now?
I hated it. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. No, this was a great match, dude. This was a lot of fun.
I was about to walk out, brother.
Very physical. Way better than that 60-man or 60-minute draw. I much prefer this. I knew it was going to happen this way too, because they had the guys out in the crowd. What the hell was up with that? They couldn't even get these guys a table to sit on the outside. They had to put these guys in the crowd to judge, or what was going on?
I mean, listen, 2 of the 3 are some big boys.
Yeah,
they had to stand up when they got introduced. You saw, what's the timeout? Let me just say this. Jerry Lynn, you are too nice of a man. They announced Jerry Lynn. He sits in the chair with his hands folded like, sup? How's it going? How you doing? And Big Show and Mark Henry look like superstars. They stand up. Thank you for saying my name. Thank you. That was just like, Jerry Lynn, stand up.
First of all, you had to get Big Show 2 chairs. He's not sitting in one. There's no way he's sitting in one of those chairs.
Oh, no, they had to get a manufactured one.
And James is right, though. That's why I don't think they were sitting at a table, because, bro, they couldn't. They're too big.
True.
Like, they were,
you know how much room they would have took on the outside.
So here's the thing, man. I don't get the match was great. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. It was way better than the first one. What are these guys judging? Why do we have how do you judge a professional wrestling match? What are you looking for in this? Like, I don't know. I hated that concept.
Well, I told you already. Yeah. When they say there's judges, they're never going to call
no judges.
Yeah. No, this is in boxing. This is wrestling. This is a whole different ballpark. I don't know if this was their teaser of like, oh, we're going to go 60 minutes and we need to bring judges.
It's just to get people paid, though. I mean, I get it. It's part of the gimmick, and they're like, just in case. There's never going to be the just in case. It's not happening.
Did you see him like during the match? They were like writing stuff down. Like, what are you writing, bro? Like, what? Bryan Danielson got a takedown right here.
Exactly. That's what I was told. It was like
missed
UFC.
The buckshot.
he was
a lot of ground and pound blood.
The blood in this one was really good, man. Like Page was leaking, and then when Bryan got cut, I was like, man, this is a good match. It just reminded me of like old school Bryan Danielson from Ring of Honor. Like, I loved it. Really
did
fun.
Was I the only one worried when these guys started headbutting the hell out of each other during this match? I don't know. I was worried about Danielson.
I was okay with it at this point because I think they just know how to do it, because Bryan's been doing headbutts ever since he came back, and I'm like, I wish you wouldn't, but I think you're okay with it.
He said he wanted to test himself. I guess he's doing it.
And he's doing it all right ever since he came back. So,
right. Derek showing some love in the chat. Press release, want to feel regal? Then come get Manscaped. Keep it trimmed and not thatchy. Use that lawnmower. Look good, feel good. Get ready to hit the road, dog. BJ, you got to send these to me earlier, bro. These are gold. Just record yourself and just send them to me, and I'll put them in the show. I can do that.
Just an audio clip of BJ promoting Manscaped.
Just filthily.
That's a perfect one. He's like, he wants a cut.
Just filthily, because that's how he gets down. Let's see here. We're getting some opinions in the chat. Jesse James, Team Rocket blast off at speeds of light.
That's what I was thinking it was.
Where do you come up with this shit every week? He just says some randomness.
I'm confused. What is he saying?
It's Team Rocket from Pokemon.
Oh,
yeah,
because there's Jesse and James.
Oh, I got you.
Controversial opinion: the Cowboy shit title reign ain't hitting like I thought it would.
It just started.
We can
Too early, way too early to judge.
Yeah. Also, so here's the weird thing. With some people like Jericho, I don't know if Jericho's going to get another world title reign. I don't see it right now, but maybe things could change. Moxley, I could possibly see another one, but I think for Page, this is one of many. He's going to have to get this belt back eventually, and I think he's going to lose it sooner than we think. I don't think he's going to be for the long term. James, what do you think? Is Page ready to be like a long-term champion in your opinion?
I'll take a prediction. I say midway, maybe June, July. I don't think it's going to be a year run. Yeah. Personally, I'm just wondering who's going to take it from him. I mean, you had him start off with Bryan Danielson, and right decision was made tonight. We've already said the match was way better than the 60-minute draw. I can't wait to see what else he's going to do, but I don't know. Maybe I sense a heel turn in the future. I'm not sure. I know it's too early to call.
Okay, Jesse.
I thought he was going to lose it tonight.
Really?
So,
they got me, bro. The one spot where he transitioned, I can't remember what he did. The knee spot, and then he had another one where he transitioned into the label lock. Like he did a bunch of shit. I was like, yo, my heart was like this. I'm like, yo, are they really about to do this right now to my man Hangman Page?
I will start the year off.
I was hoping, man. I was in my living room getting loud. I wanted it to happen, but
Azam
like
with the
Hangman,
shoot of the night right now. Mark Henry and Paul White didn't write shit down. I bet.
No, they were just
stick figure people. Derek says that you guys, we will have our show together. Derek, we need to talk about the Everything Pro Wrestling protocol. You've been violating a lot of rules with the company card, and we're going to have to talk about that upon your return. So let's take it easy with we're going to have this for sure. All right? I've been seeing some purchases, and I'm pretty sure those aren't allowed. And where is this place called Paradise that you've been going to every week, huh? Yeah, we'll talk about this, Derek. Offline, of course. Paul needs 2 chairs, one for each ass cheek. J-Hub, what's good? It's me, as always. Give me a shell, yeah. That's the fishing line. I got to give that to you every time, J-Hub, just because I love Curryman and Shark Boy from TNA. Yeah, you could tell with the judges it wasn't going 60-minute. They were writing takeout orders. The match had layers. Yes, this is true. Mm-hmm. BJ's famous line of having layers. Toxic World is yelling about PG Punk. Them headbutts are worked. It wasn't like Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom 2. Yeah. Trust me, something's coming up for that soon too. This was an amazing World Championship match. Mark and Paul wrote what they wanted for dinner. You guys are the worst. leave those men alone. They've earned their steaks.
Jerry Lynn was for dinner.
This was a bloody battle. I don't want to go through all the moves. It was a great wrestling match. Hangman Page hits the buckshot lariat, knocked him out of his boots, and he picks up the victory. I love this match. I thought it was really well done, and I had a blast watching this one. It was good. It was like almost half the time of the other one, but I thought it was concise. It got you to where you needed to. They teased. It worked.
Yeah, it was definitely the perfect length of a match. I loved it, man. It was well done.
Even the extra element of the blood helped out.
Yeah, really, really good. And next up, we had a promo then from The Acclaimed, and they were talking about Sting and Darby Allin. With they hit the famous line, "Okay, Boomer."
Wait, so, didn't we get? Oh yeah, that was The Acclaimed. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, wasn't Max Caster supposed to be a judge or something? That was like he said that on Twitter.
Yeah, good try, Max. He got to do a backstage vignette, but I am interested in seeing The Acclaim versus Sting and Darby a little bit. I like it. Max Caster and Bowens, they're like the perfect combination of like, remember how Road Dogg and Billy Gunn just fit? They're the exact same thing. Like Bowens looks the part, Caster could do all the talking. In ring, they're both kind of okay, but together, magic happens. Like it works.
I agree with that. Very similarities.
I was really distracted by this whole backstage segment because I kept seeing Max Caster look over every time. It was like somebody was giving him cues. You know what I mean? Like you need to hurry this shit up, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was like looking at a flash card or if he was getting cues to wrap it up because
Like, hey, we're going to commercial with TBS. Let's hurry up.
Yeah, and I thought that was taped, you know, like I wouldn't imagine it not being taped.
Well,
So
maybe he was just looking at flashcards or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be taped.
Could be. I thought he was going to rap at first, and he kind of like just flipped it into a regular promo too. But
yeah,
they probably want to save that for once they're in the arena. Next up, we have a match that I don't have written down. Let me see here. I want to see if they bait and switched me because I have a graphic for this. Does it say he was in action? Oh, it does. They got me.
Yeah,
they got me good here.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in action.
He was supposed to, but
next up is MJF's match with Captain Shawn Dean, the Cap. And when it came down to this, they had a match, but it really didn't get started. MJF never got to take off his scarf. And MJF, if you're watching, I'm glad you lost. Just because you talk shit about my independent wrestling reviews. Appreciate you, guy. Appreciate you. So CM Punk runs out, and he ends up interfering as soon as the bell rings almost, and he kicks Shawn Dean in the stomach and gives him a GTS. A little excessive, in my opinion. You could have just punched the guy and left, man, or hit him in the back. You didn't have to GTS him, but
straight took him all the way out.
Yeah, exactly. Leaving a statement.
Yeah, so GTS DQ, but then we get a promo battle between Punk and MJF, and I thought this one was really good. They go back and forth, and I do want to read B-Boy Skyline's little barb here that he said, and this was a quote coming from CM Punk. MJF basically threatened, hey, if they don't start treating me right around here, maybe I'll go to WrestleMania. And CM Punk, I thought, with the line of the night, you can hit that like button if you're going to enjoy this. If you think the grass is greener on the other side, be my guest. Go ahead, leave. Main event night 4 of a buy one, get one free extravaganza, and then get released faster than you last in the sack. Boom. That was,
oh man,
that was good.
Yeah, that was very good whatsoever. The buy one, get one free.
Dude, I don't even know. Like, that was some shit right there. That was I don't know, man.
That was a shoot if I've ever seen one.
And the icing on the cake.
Yeah, very well done. We got him over here too, James. So you never know when they could pop up and hit you with one. But really good back and forth, dude. MJF is a star. I don't think he's going anywhere personally, but we'll talk about that once his contract comes up. Jesse, what did you think of this back and forth?
I was popping for it, man. I thought it was hilarious. It wasn't even the second part of what CM Punk said. It was that first night 4 of buy one, get one. That shit just had me rolling, dude. Because I don't think anybody enjoys 2 nights of WrestleMania, and we all knew what he was talking about.
I do enjoy the 2 nights only because I sat there for WrestleMania 33, and I was like, bro, it is 12:30, and I'm still sitting here. I came here at 3. What am I doing? Like from 1 o'clock till 3 a.m., I'm still sitting. Just a crazy experience that last time. Like, they got to separate this.
Yeah, it might be worse live. The last time I went to WrestleMania, they were still doing traditional 4-hour WrestleMania. So
yeah. I was just like, no,
that's too much.
And sometimes sitting there was a pain too. With like a bunch of friends, I would watch people just like, oh, is it the main event yet? And they would just fall off with it.
Right, 8 hours of wrestling in one day.
I thought the MJF though delivered a really good promo as well, man. He was eating them alive, and the crowd started chanting PG Punk at one point.
Yeah, whatever. The fans were with it. I was cool with that. That worked.
Mm-hmm.
I love everybody's happy. Shawn Dean wins. MJF is 0-1 to start the year.
That was a good way, even the way Tony Schiavone reacted.
Yeah, good. That little bastard.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone's little shots on him are just magic at this point. Like, yeah, I hate him. Let's see here. Rob says he's got a question. How long can they go without a subtle reference to WWE? I'm going to throw that to the dirt man here, James.
I don't think they ever will. Really does.
Do you hate the jabs, or are you guys cool with them, or is it too much?
I personally don't mind the jabs. I'm one that does not care. I know people have said, I'm trying to watch AEW for the AEW content. Don't mention anything. You already have superstars from WWE on the television. What's the difference? I don't mind the jabbing. I really don't.
Go ahead. It's on you.
It's just honestly, it's
Conrad's waiting for me to snap off.
Oh, I know he's gonna say a lot about it. Honestly, I don't even care about it.
I won't
like
say
the
a lot.
jabs.
I'll just say that I don't have a problem with them, but I don't think that they need them as much. They're very excessive with them. And I feel like at this point they see that it's popping the crowd. And because it's popping the crowd, they're going to keep going because it's not
cheap heat.
Why fix it? Yeah.
It's cheap heat.
It's a
Whether
cheap
they're in
pop is
there,
what it is.
whether or not, it doesn't,
So here's where I'm going to try to tread the middle on this because that's what I'm good at, which is what about, so MJF mentioned WrestleMania, but we're dealing in realities here too, though. That was one of the things that got under Punk's skin. And I think Punk loved it. I think that's why he started laughing. He was like, I have to sell this. He was like, oh, that was a good line. He got me good there.
Yeah. He did.
And I thought that it worked out well. I don't mind it as long as it's based in reality. I get it though. There were a lot of shots like, I'm going to send you back to Orlando and stuff like that. Whatever. It doesn't bother me. Like I
it just
said.
doesn't need to be as excessive. Like the WrestleMania line is great. And I think I do love hearing it to an extent just because we're not used to other companies being mentioned on television. So now that that's thrown out the window, it is exciting to hear. And I think that AEW fans are eating it up a lot. And like I said, man, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Fans are popping. It's working. I mean, who am I to judge? I just wouldn't do it as much as they're doing it.
Yeah, you're throwing Roddy Piper in there. You're throwing in that he never main evented WrestleMania, and obviously the buy one get one shot. It was the icing on the cake.
That shit was hilarious though.
That was a good shot. I mean,
it was. That was good. I've noticed the jabs, but it's low hanging fruit that gets a reaction. So why not? I'm with you, Sick. Like, go ahead.
So.
Someone must have said that they were superstars. They are wrestlers. Listen, the WWE has poisoned our brains enough. You think we're bad? Wait until you start talking to those fans who came in during the Ruthless Aggression era. Some of them just only know WWE, bro. It's bad. Like, you're like, bro, wrestling doesn't have to be that way.
Let me correct this. They're all superstars because nobody in AEW is original anymore. I'm sorry to say it's all WWE guys. So at the same time, they're superstars.
When you've had it all to yourself for the last 20 years, I can say that now. 20 years. I mean, shit. There ain't everybody's been touched WWE at least once in their time.
It's just about whether it's a tryout, whether it's being an agent, whatever, security.
Really, Skyline? Really? Not your friend, buddy. WCW would make jabs during the first years of Nitro. Yeah, I don't know. People probably hated that then too. I love all the references. I love the open forbidden door. You are too much. And speaking of the I'm not your buddy guy, we have Chris Jericho up next. I don't have a graphic because they didn't put one up. So this was all right. What do you guys think of Jericho's promo? Does Jericho still have it? We were having this conversation, me and one of my brother-in-laws, and I was just like, does Jericho really still have it, or has he lost a step when it comes to the promo game? What do you think, Jesse?
I didn't enjoy this. I thought this was one of the worst promos that I've seen Jericho do. This was a really boring segment to me, but I think he still has it, man. I just think that
could it be who it was with? Like he knows, like, oh, this is a tag team that's on the lower end.
I don't know. 2.0 was hilarious to me. I watch them on Being the Elite all the time, and I'm always popping to their segments. But
you want to taste?
Yeah, you want to taste? You want to taste?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something just wasn't gelling on this one. I don't think that Jericho doesn't have it, I guess. I think he still got it, but I just don't think this was his night.
Okay. James?
Yeah, I mean, this was probably his worst ones that I can think of in AEW. I don't think it's because it's 2.0 a tag team, he lowered his standards for it, but I think he still has it at his age. I know he's, 51? He's still going strong. The wrestling's a little off, but not one of his best promos. Just wrapped it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes, though, because right now the beef is like Jericho got jumped by 2.0. Garcia comes out, gets involved. He tries to use his bat. 3-on-1 don't work, brother. So he gets beat down. But then here comes Kingston with Santana and Ortiz. Aren't Santana and Ortiz with Jericho? And I feel like that's where the money is. Jericho and Kingston going
That'll
at
be
each
good.
other.
I
And
was
maybe
expecting something with them tonight, but I guess they didn't have no
maybe
interaction.
custody of Santana and Ortiz on a pole. I don't know. Maybe the
geez.
winners get them, and Santana Ortiz gets to pick a side. I don't know, man. But this should be quite interesting to see what they do with this. And yeah, I like it. That's all I have to say about it. Does anybody else want to add anything else in?
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm over this promo.
The undisputed Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly up next. Cole cuts a promo to fight Jake Atlas. Just seemed very random. But it was good though. It was just a solid promo. Brandon, shut up and hold the camera. I'm gonna kick your ass, and you know why? Because I'm the best. And
Didn't Jake Atlas just sign?
yes,
Yeah.
So rumor has it. I read something the other day that Tony Khan was very high on him, and he could have been in the Jungle Boy spot.
Oh wow!
At one point in his mind, yeah. But he ended up going to WWE instead. He was like, "We're gonna move on with Jungle Boy," and that's not to say Jungle Boy wouldn't have got pushed, but he thought he was up in that talent range of someone he could build the company around. So he thinks highly of him, and he had a really good match, I guess, against Serpentico. So, okay,
yeah, on Dark, I was seeing the highlights from it.
Yeah, for the tryout match.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what these guys end up doing when they face off. He put the challenge out there. And then we had Wardlow with Shawn Spears versus Antonio Zambran. It doesn't matter because it was
another squash.
Spears attacks, powerbomb, powerbomb. And it was just done. Foot on the chest. Dude, I dig Wardlow. I'm a fan.
Dude, I love Wardlow, and I absolutely love his theme. I don't know how you guys feel about like heavy metal or any of that screaming stuff, but I think that this really fits him. I'm enjoying it. What do you think? You think he should come out to some hip hop or what?
I think he should change it up.
Really? To his theme?
Why not?
Like his music?
The problem with AEW themes is sometimes if I just hear them in the arena, I can't get into them sometimes, and I have to listen to them like on YouTube, and that works better for me rather than the arena. I don't know what it is. Like their theme music isn't as loud as like WWE's themes. You know, like the moment it hits, you're into it. You're like, yes, yeah. I know who's coming out.
So I haven't been to AEW live. Is it you can't hear?
No, it sounds great in the arena. It's just when you're watching from home, which that's how I've normally seen Wardlow. Like when I went, he was in a tag match. So I heard the Pinnacle theme, and I'm just like, okay, cool. I like the Pinnacle theme. That one's fire. I just think you got to give him something fresh, new once it's that time for him to go on his own. But,
so you don't like his theme music right now?
I haven't heard it enough to say. I won't say I hate it or I don't like it.
I think it matches him really well.
Really?
I think so. He's big ass dude, comes out with some screaming ass metal. This is war. Like, I think it's cool, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have heard. This is war, but I have not listened to it as much. It's just something about the theme songs, like you brought up, Conrad. Something just the theme songs don't click like the WWE ones.
Right. Hold on. Sick had a funny comment that I wanted to read. Going back to the Jericho thing, he said, my only problem with this promo was when Jericho rolled out the ring and grabbed a bat and got back in. Was that his version of popping the trunk? I don't know. It just took me out of it. That was good. AEW is on heels overload. I want Kingston. Hold on, Azan. To be fair, fans don't get behind baby faces anymore. You have to basically be a heel and then let the fans love you. And then it's like, okay, now I can be a baby face for a little bit. Nobody's like, you know what? That guy's a good guy and he's cool. They are waiting to shit on you the moment you do something dumb. And as a baby face, you're handcuffed no matter what, to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sick says he wants Kingston to be champ in 2022.
Me too.
I see it.
I think if you ever get in a jam, he's one of the guys you could put the belt on. Dude, I have it for each division. Butcher and the Blade as a tag team, you could put the belts on them for a couple weeks, and I think it'll work. Same thing with Kingston. And for the women's division, I don't know. I feel like you could do it with Chris Statlander if you needed to, too. There's solid people that you can just put the belt on and say, here, run with this for a few weeks. I need you. I hope they break the Inner Circle up. I'm sick of them. Please don't re-sign Jericho or Hager, please. Whoa. Conrad, Jesse, James, I was jealous of one of my high school buddies got to see Britt Baker and her AEW title Monday at the Steelers game since it was Big Ben's last home game. Yes, I did see that for Big
was
Ben.
she? Okay, I didn't know that.
Jericho's been one of my favorites since forever, but this is absolutely the worst incarnation of Jericho so far. You get to a point to where you reinvent the wheel so many times and you end up with a box.
He sounded very WWE tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, very basic to me.
Yeah, it just won't work with that crowd either. The same stuff doesn't work. I'm telling you. Punk versus Wardlow. Oh yes. I forgot to mention that too in the MJF promo. He said that you can get your match next week against Wardlow. that was a great line when he pointed to himself. So much heat, pissed people off. Brandon Cutler allegedly running around. They're doing a good job building Wardlow up. Just a few months ago, I wasn't feeling him with that weak-ass F10 move. Oh, we heard you in the chat. We get it, bro. You're the company's version of Brock Lesnar. MJF should cost CM Punk his match next week against Wardlow. He could. WWE's team suck now. Jericho's going back to WWE. I don't see it. Jericho helps run AEW. Good luck signing him again. Kyron, did you call Eddie Kingston a Shingo Takagi type? I did not. I did not say he was a good hand or a paper champ. I'm saying you can let him run with the belt for a little bit. Running it into the ground. Jeez Louise. All right.
He is on one tonight, man.
Oh, jeez.
They are. And you know what? Speaking of being on one, this will give me a good chance to bring this up. I'm sorry, James, that I'm covering your face. I would have.
I know you're covering this beautiful face.
So if you guys want, on Spotify, we are looking for as many reviews as we can get. So when this podcast is over, or I know you're subscribed to both, when it pops up on your feed, why don't you guys make sure you give us those little star ratings that pop up right here next to the word wrestling and help us out. And I believe the Pro Wrestling Shoots on Spotify as well. And you can give them a 5-star rating as well. Helps in the algorithms, helps more people find it, pops up more. And then we can have more people come in the chat and join us, man. We've had a good time so far tonight. Hit that like button if you guys haven't already. And let's get into the match. I thought this was going to main event the show. Am I crazy for this, guys? The TBS championship match was like the 4th match on the card. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, Jade that was Cargill, a little odd.
Yeah, Jade Cargill, Ruby Soho. In this one, I don't really have a lot to say about it. We know that Mercedes Martinez is kind of involved in this feud. Her and Thunder Rosa came out and brawled. Smart Mark Sterling got kicked out, thrown to the back. And Jade gets the win with Jade from the rope there. Didn't come off as good. Looked a little nervous, like she was supposed to go to the top maybe. And then she was like, you know what? F it, and bailed. I don't know. What did you guys think of this match? James?
Decent match. I want to say that Jade Cargill, yeah, she needs a lot of tremendous work. It's a lot different when she debuted against, was it Cody and I think Red Velvet when she was teaming with Shaq. But I mean, her name does shine. She's up there. It was obvious from the start she was going to win the title. I'm still shocked that this was not the main event, considering it's the TBS debut. Am I the only one not thinking that? That was just kind of odd to put the tag title match as the main event.
Right. We see why probably now in the bigger picture of things, why they did that. But I don't know. What'd you think, Jesse, of this match?
Well, I know why it didn't main event. And that's because I think something else was supposed to happen in the main event that didn't happen, but we'll get to that later. This match was terrible, dude. I couldn't stand it. It was.
Who do you put it on more? Is it the inexperience? Is it on both?
I thought that both of them looked terrible tonight, dude. I just didn't. I didn't like it. I definitely think that if you're gonna, I don't know what's going on with Ruby. I like the character. I like the theme. You know, I like her energy that she brings, but it's just not doing it for me in the ring. But I think if you're going to build up Jade to where you want her to be, you need to put her with some better talent at this point.
Okay.
Something's just not gelling for me. I don't know. I couldn't stand the match. I thought it was terrible.
The chemistry wasn't there. I think Ruby working with someone taller than her just didn't seem to work.
Yeah, that's true. I saw a lot of people. So I was watching with some casual fans during this match too. And I'm not going to lie. It was with women, and they saw Jade Cargill come out. And they were like, damn, that's someone impressive. So it brought eyes immediately over to the screen. And if you know where that song is from, you are nasty as hell. But it's okay. It's all right. You're normal. But yeah, just I don't know, man. This one, I want to see what Jade can do now. She has the championship. She's still building up that Goldberg-esque kind of streak. We'll see. We'll see where they go with this with her. I don't know who's the person to beat her. I don't have anyone in my mind right now that's like, yeah, you're the person that's going to end up defeating Jade.
I think Jade has the look, dude. She looks phenomenal. I think everything about the presentation of Jade is phenomenal. But once it comes to in-ring, she just got, she's new. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right? Chad said Peach's match. I really wanted Ruby Soho to win, but congrats to Jade. Hashtag Jade give a chance. I like how Jade's daughter got top billing over Silver Slugger and the 4 times Golden Glove winner Brandon Phillips. Hey, it happens, Rob. It happens. Ruby continues to prove Casey right week after week. Yeah, Casey has not been feeling Ruby since she came in. Six says, I like Ruby, but I've been saying I don't like her finisher. Never did. That Pele kick is too weak to be a finisher. Not believable. And that it could be a match ender. Okay. All right. Yeah. I talked to Casey. Casey was definitely feeling you last week, Jesse, about like your critique of Ruby a little bit. He was like, I agree. He said it perfect. J Hub says, I'm just surprised with all the hype Ruby had coming into the company. She isn't winning the big matches, and the backstage interview with her threw me off as well. Yeah, we'll get into that. Yo, can I ask this? Is it just weird to me? Why do you interview someone who just lost a match? What the hell do you think they're about to say? Like, what happened out there?
Yeah.
I fucking lost. What do you think happened? Come on, man. Good for Jade. We actually got another sit-down interview here with Serena Deeb with JR. She threatened to make sure that Hikaru Shida can't walk next week. I like Serena Deeb. And I thought that these two could have some great battles for that TBS championship in the future. I really think that if you give Shida and Deeb the time and it's not put in between another really great match, these guys can steal the show. Or these ladies, I should say, can steal the show. I'm a fan of their work when they get in the ring with each other. Jesse?
I like Deeb. Yeah. Sheeta's good too. I enjoy that. But I actually missed this sit down. I left the room for a minute, so I didn't even see the sit down. What happened in it?
He just basically talked to her and she was like, am I not the best woman on this roster? Am I not the best wrestler? And JR was like,
Shida or
Deeb. And he was
Deeb.
like, I agree. Mm-hmm. They kind of let Deeb carry the segment for both of them. And I thought it worked very well in how she did it and how they presented it. So I was with it, man. And I dug it. What did you think, James?
Yeah, she's actually growing on me, Serena Deeb. It took me some time to get used to it. And then with this feud with Shida, it's actually working pretty nicely. The sit-down interviews I do miss with JR. They need to compose those more often. And I'm kind of interested in what is going to happen next week.
Right. And, Six said, call me Buck Nasty then. Ruby Soho came into the match with an injured shoulder. Yeah, she had. That's what she was hurt with before. You ain't seen Moose win, Buck Nasty. And Rob coming in with the Savage line of Jade's over the Great Okan. Jeez Louise. Need Don West to call that Pele. The Pele, he hits it out of nowhere. And you know what? Send good vibes to Don West, man. I know he's dealing with cancer still right now, so much love to him. Let's see. Deeb is easily best female talent in AEW and top 10 overall performer, in my opinion. Woo,
wow.
Big praise.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't agree, but all right.
You not a fan, or you just think that was?
No, I'm a fan. That's pretty. It's pretty high. That's pretty high.
I got to see more exposure
in AEW. Maybe. Is that what he's saying? Just in the company?
It was AEW.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different.
Let's see here.
Much, though.
We get a match here with Malakai Black and Bryan Pillman Jr. I have minimal notes for this, so I'm gonna let Jesse kind of carry this one for me. I had the finish. I know what the finish is, and I actually laughed at it. I loved it a little bit. But Jesse, what did you think of this matchup here?
They were throwing shots, dude.
It was good.
Pillman was hitting Malakai really hard in the face, man. I thought Malakai was gonna blast him with a kick, dude. The match was decent. I mean, it was what you expected it to be. That finish was hilarious. Go ahead and talk about it, Conrad. Let's hear about this finish.
So, Brian Pillman Jr. So, dude, when I'm watching this, I have to give him a pass slightly because this would have messed me up too. When he is about to do his air Pillman, the hop up to the ropes for the clothesline, he's getting ready to go for it. But before he does, you can see the pad that like is on the turnbuckle post, like the hard piece right there. It just falls off right before he even does anything. I'm like, oh shit, that would have distracted me too. So I'm like, oh, I know he looked like, what the hell's going on right now? He goes up, he slips and falls, and in classic like New Japan Pro Wrestling, Samoa Joe, Ring of Honor fashion, fade to black, knocks his block off. He's like, screw it, I'm pinning you this way, and just puts the knee in the face. I thought he was going to do the air Pillman and might have caught the kick, but Malakai recovers very well. And it just
so
worked.
Was this supposed to happen this way, or was that an actual botch?
I don't know.
Because he recovered so phenomenally that it did not even register as a botch to me.
Yeah, it looked believable. Like it
looked like it was supposed to be that way.
Ran.
Right. Let's see here. Deeb 2 is the female Bret Hart, excellence of execution. Oh my goodness. People are big praise for Deeb. I like it though. No House of Black for you, laugh out loud. Thinking back to that time in 2019 when AEW could have had Sasha Banks. Talk about a topic for what if. That's free material.
Okay.
After that, we start charging. Sick. Let's not give out everything here. Somebody said that's Botchamania. Matt Lopez. I give Brody King another 4 weeks. Okay. Because of that, a lot of people were assuming that would happen. But I thought it was weird where the Lucha Bros made the save, right, James? Like, what did you think of that?
Yeah, when the lights went out, everyone was, even the crowd was chanting Brody King, and then they just switched sides. They were in the ring, and Malakai was outside. So you were thinking it was going to end up maybe happening in the main event, and well, a lot has happened in that main event.
So I was kind of confused on that. Do you think that was supposed to happen? Because I don't think that the Lucha Bros were supposed to even come out during that time.
I think so. I thought you had a different conclusion. I thought you were thinking the same thing I was for the last match, and we'll get into that in 1 second. And I got to show some love to Juke Ellington in the chat. What's going on, Juke? He said, "Hey, Mama, I'm on EPW TV." What's up, Juke? Man, I appreciate you, bro, for coming in, showing some love. Six said everybody gets one. E says smoke and mirrors like Cody's theme from WWE. What? So
that was a good theme song.
I like that theme. It just the problem was if you played those old video games, that was one of those songs that I'm like, dude, is this on repeat? Like, why does this song keep
right? Yeah.
I can't remember what year it was. I want to say it was 11 or 12.
It was 10. It was 10 because it was the Drew
McIntyre
theme.
Oh God,
I can't even remember. So this is
nightmares from that.
Oh, you knew that Drew McIntyre song was a banger. I don't know about hearing on.
Shout out to Brian Williams too. Got to show him some love. Check out the Bombcast podcast. Ruby Soho gets interviewed here, interrupted by Britt Baker. Riho came out and tried to help, and we were like, what the hell is Riho doing? She's getting picked up by the refs like, sit down, what are you doing? But she showed aggression. She was trying to kick and stuff. I like it. And this leads to a bunch of matches we're going to get. So on Rampage, we're getting Adam Cole versus Jake Atlas, Daniel Garcia in 2.0 versus Eddie Kingston and PMP in a street fight, basically is what it sounded like, and Hook versus Aaron Solo. QT cut a promo, but we don't care. So that sounded fabulous. We get Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho and Riho. That was added as well. Next week on Dynamite, we have CM Punk versus Wardlow, Sheeta versus Serena Deeb, and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Dante Martin. Money. I like the lineup that we got going on here for this. And don't forget, I'm not reviewing this. At least I can't promise that I am right now. You may get something later on the podcast version. Subscribe to the audio versions because you may get something new. Wink face, hint, hint, hint. AEW Battle of the Belts, Saturday night fight night. They are going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. And you guys are going to want to make sure you check this out. All the belts look like they're not going to be on the line. We still only know 2 matches for this. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is defending her championship against someone she has never defeated. Riho, I have not known that. Riho has fought her, and every single time Riho has gotten the best of her. So that is an interesting note. And the rematch that I know Jesse's looking forward to, the TNT champion Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God. I can't wait. Sir. I can't wait for this.
Can't wait to see Cody whoop that ass again.
Yeah, Cody's going to retain and get booed again. That's what's going to end up happening.
I don't know. This could be one of those crazy ones, though, man, where how do you hang on to the championship? Maybe Cody's got to do some dastardly things. Maybe he wins clean. I don't know. So Cody Rhodes' story is interesting to me because I don't know what they're going to do with it or where it's going. And this is a good thing. Main event time.
Mm-hmm.
Main event time. We got the Lucha Bros defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, the Jurassic Express, with Christian. So,
do we have to?
Yes, we have to. Okay. Go ahead. Dude, I promise you, no notes for this because I was so busy sending out stuff, getting everything set up. So, Jesse, have at it. What do you want to say about this one?
I feel like the chemistry was way off in this match from beginning to end for the most part. It was different because everybody in the ring is amazing. I mean, Conrad, you know how I feel about the Lucha Bros. They're 2 of my absolute favorites. And I'm really growing on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. But I don't know, something was really off with this match since the beginning.
Bro, I think Luchasaurus has gotten so much better since he cut out like all the extra shit he would do, like the choke slam into the knee where they flip over. I'm like, bro, you don't have to do any of that shit, bro. Come in, choke slam people, body slam people, and do your little tail whip kick. You don't even have to jump over the top rope. Save that for special occasions. You will make money, bro. That's all people want from you. They don't want anything else.
Exactly.
James, what did you think of this?
Yeah, I believe they've had previous matches, I'm not mistaken, and the chemistry looked kind of off, not compared to the other times. There was a couple botches, of course, the one that ended up happening, sadly. Well wishes to Rey Fenix. Just something about it just the vibe there wasn't going. Some of the moves were kind of off, sloppy. Yeah, I don't know what was off, and they're all tremendous wrestlers. Jurassic, like Jesse mentioned, Jurassic Park was growing on me a little bit.
You say Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park. Practically it is at this point.
Chris Pratt? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, but Jurassic Express, I like them as a tag team, and I feel like they've been one of those overdue teams. It's easy to like get in your feelings about it a little bit, and they're like, hey, man, when are these guys going to get to do something, man? They should get more. I get it. Sometimes you just got to wait your turn, pump the brakes a little bit. And this was a good example of it. And tonight, I think a lot of us thought that like Christian was either going to turn. And then with the Malakai thing, so I guess I'll get into that. I thought the Lucha Bros came out because Malakai was going to play a part in this later. And I thought maybe him and Brody would come out. They were going to come for the tag titles. I thought that could have been kind of one of the things they were teasing to. And that's why they came out there and he was going to make an impression. But maybe that, and when you said the arm break thing, because I didn't know he broke his arm. I didn't see all I saw was he went through the table. And
you didn't see that replay?
No.
Oh my goodness, dude. It's gnarly. You see, like, I've broken my arm a couple of times. I used to skateboard and do wild shit. And when I watched his arm break like that, man, and bend back the opposite way, flashbacks, bro. I'm already getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's disgusting. I feel so bad for Phoenix, dude. He's gonna be out for a minute.
And it was off the choke slam. It was the choke slam through the table, right?
Dude, Luchasaurus slammed him so damn hard off that apron. Like he planted Ray Phoenix through the ground. And when he planted him, his arm was coming down.
Yeah, he tried to hold
And
himself down.
he like full force planted him onto that ground, dude. You have to go back and watch the replay. It's
brutal. It's brutal.
Man.
Yeah.
And that ends up leading to Pentagon going for another driver, but Jungle Boy found a way to reverse it, and he gets the roll up for the surprise win, and that was different too. I was not expecting a roll up to be the finish of this match if they were going to win.
I don't think that was the finish. That's what I'm saying. Like they teased. I think that something was supposed to happen with the House of Black, and as soon as Tony seen that from the back, he probably called all of that off. I don't know. So here's what I'm thinking, dude. When the Lucha Bros came out during the Bryan Pillman match, I don't think that they were supposed to go out then. Everybody looked confused in that whole situation, and I think everything was just improvised on the spot at that point. Because then they went backstage and then did an entrance, and they were the next match.
Yeah, they should have just stayed out there. I thought they were really, trying to cut through
strange.
Time. I thought maybe a segment went too long, and they were like, "Go out there and then just stay in the ring, and then we'll send out Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus."
Yeah, but it was strange, dude. And then,
I
was thinking that maybe the Lucha Bros probably were part of the House of Black. I think that could have been something that was going on, but. I don't know, man. This was really weird, and I feel bad for Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus because that whole thing with Ray Phoenix just took all eyes off of them winning the titles.
They're like, "Woo, you won the match, but hey, Ray Phoenix is on the side recovering."
And we got to talk about this officiating real quick. Ace brought it up, and I had the same thing. What the hell's up with this no rule shit? I mean, I get that the other manager did it. I mean, it's ECW-esque, and Tony is a fan of. A lot of people always say like, "Oh, they're just like WCW," and I see more ECW and AEW than anything, in my opinion. I'm always like, the lights out, Sabu. Okay, I get it. And going through the table. I get it that he didn't put it there, but we have to have some type of explanation or rules for why this shit happens. And I don't know. That was just very weird and awkward.
I love JR calling that shit out too. And he's like, two of these guys got to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
There was, and it's so funny because at one point in the match too, chaos was just breaking out. There had been no tags during this match, and then all of a sudden, Jungle Boy hopped over to reach for a tag from Luchasaurus, and then all four men were back in there for the rest of the match. Like, what's the fucking point at that?
Right? Rob says he's not a fan of Luchasaurus. Too many spots, not enough wrestling for me. Like I said, I've liked Luchasaurus since he's cut back. I think he's way better. Ray's gonna be out for a while. I love the Lucha Bros, but if one ain't hurt, the other one is. It's a pattern.
Oh, they do probably the most craziest shit that you see in that company too. So
yeah, and he got hurt. I think this is the second time getting hurt, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he get hurt like in that ladder match or before the ladder match? That one.
Ray Phoenix is always questionable, like because he does the craziest shit, and Pentagon's right there with him. So you're going to run into that with guys who do these high risk things, but hence why he's got a big roster. I guess that opens up some opportunities for some other people. The main event wasn't that good, and then the lights went out and nothing happened. That was another pattern, though, like Jesse's talking about. I think something was audible, like, nope, don't do it. Save it. Yeah, then having all the tag teams come out at the end made no sense. I didn't. What did you guys think of that?
Now, honestly, I wasn't even focused on it. I was thinking about Ray Phoenix this whole time. As soon as the pinfall was up, I like walked away from my TV like, ugh.
Exactly.
I feel bad for not celebrating the win for them, but we don't even know if that was the original finish. You know what I mean? Like Lucha Bros were supposed to win this match for all we know. You know what I mean? And then Phoenix got hurt and they called that right on the spot. But when does Jungle Boy ever get a roll up? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So
it was different. It was just like you said, an audible. I really don't think they were planning to even win the damn titles. The thing with, like you mentioned, Jesse, of them coming out and then going backstage to redo the entrance, it just was very all over the place.
Touche. You guys aren't wrong with that. I think this is one of those shows. I thought overall this was a good show. It's a thumbs up for me. Like I said, AEW's only had one show where I think I said thumbs down, and that was in the very beginning. I can't remember where they were. They were in a small town, and I remember just hating that show completely. But other than that, I've enjoyed most of their shows. For the most part, if it's not like here, I get they're all not winners, but this one's a thumbs up in my opinion tonight. Jesse, what did you think of tonight's show overall?
I love the show, dude. I thought it was a phenomenal show up until that arm break. Now it's like I can't get that out of my head, and it just kind of ruined all the other great shit that happened tonight. But overall, man, I enjoyed watching it tonight. I thought it was really good. It was a lot better than last week. Actually, it's a lot better than a few previous weeks.
Both weeks. Yeah. What did you think, James?
Yeah, I say the same thing. Agreed. Obviously, Ray Phoenix is the going to be talked about. Of hey, that's how they debuted the TBS, and of course that happened. But yeah, like Jesse mentioned, the other weeks, this was much better than the previous weeks. I want to say 3 or 4 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, and I felt like they were building up to this show now, it feels like, too, when you look back overall at everything. And that's awesome as well. And I guess really quick before we get on out of here, guys, I do want to talk those WWE releases real quick. I know it's an AEW podcast, but we're everything pro wrestling. We talk about what we want. So what did you guys think of the releases today? I feel like this was the let me make sure I use the right words here before I say that. No, I'm going to say it. They shit on Triple H's vision of NXT, I feel like. And that was this. Today was the coffin was open. The body was in it. The casket was closed last night. And tonight was the nails. Like, you're done. All of you are done. And it felt like that to me. Am I wrong for feeling that way? Do you feel the same way?
I think you nailed it right on the head, man. It's sad, dude. It sucks. William Regal really hit hard for me today. I can't believe they would let go of somebody like William Regal, who has helped so many talents in that company. Road Dogg's kind of crazy too. He's been with the company backstage for a while. He was a producer, was he not, or a writer?
Road agent.
He was everything. I think at one point in the last few years.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know why they would, or what kind of problem they had with the NXT, the old NXT. Was it just because they lost the war to AEW, or
can I get? I know we're over the 1 hour mark. Do you guys mind if I go on a little diatribe here real quick?
Go for it.
I'm very business-minded people. I always think of the politics behind shit, and I think it's because of wrestling why I got into business and why I try to understand all of this. And I really feel like when it comes to WWE, there is Team Triple H, and then there's Team McMahon. Team McMahon consists of Kevin Dunn, Bruce Pritchard, all the old guard. I'm sure there's people like Michael Hayes trying to toe both lines a little bit, trying to keep the peace. But I think overall, they really knew at one point Triple H is the guy to take over this shit. He wants it. And everybody said, once Triple H and Stephanie take over, Kevin Dunn, you're out. Shane's also another X factor in here, and I'm sure Kevin Dunn or someone suggested Shane come back because Shane and Triple H, you're trying to take my dad's company. I always wanted this, and once I realized my dad wasn't giving it up, I pieced out. So what are you doing, bro? And he thought he was going to take over. I think there's a lot of like drama and bullshit built up into all of this, and when Triple H lost, this was their opportunity to say, get rid of that guy, take him out of power, so that way. And then Pritchard came back. All these little things started happening. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? And I think it's a political move by someone. Honestly, I don't know who. I'm assuming it's Kevin Dunn. Maybe it's someone else. We don't even know who it is. But something is being done on purpose to Triple H. And now that he's out,
Nick Khan, right? It's Nick Khan that's running everything.
That's what I was going to say.
It could be, but they tore down what he built. And they're basically like, we have to start over. You didn't have to change the logos and do all that shit. You could have kept the same brand and tried to keep it moving.
First of all, like, how did Triple H even lose? Everything that Triple H was doing was the best thing that WWE has done in years. Anything that WWE had to do with, you know what I mean? It's not his fault that they put NXT head to head with AEW, which is a hot new company where fans are dying to see something different that WWE refuses to let us view on their product. So I mean, this is a Vince call.
And Dynamite's their main show. NXT is like Vince's not focused on thing. Yeah. This is your developmental guys going against, these are our guys. You're not, absolutely. You shouldn't win. You know, that's just how I see it. I love Regal. Kevin Owens just tweeted about Regal. Regal's the shit, man. I'm telling you. And Regal's really close with Triple H. A lot of people don't know that from his days in WCW when he was terrorizing. Yes, wrestling was bad sometimes in the 90s.
Sick. Yeah, that's actually funny that you bring that up.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does this the night prior, and then all these releases happen. That's wild, man.
Yeah, it's just coincidentally that happened. Him coming out and kicking an X in half.
Yep. And then the heart and soul of NXT, Tommaso Ciampa, loses. And he posted like a sad photo too. Scott Armstrong was one of the people today, but I'm sure he was Team Triple H as well. Nick Khan comes in with Wildfire, and he's pulling the strings, people are saying. Bucky Beaver pull. All right, now let's not the name calling with Kevin Dunn. We saw Braun Breaker kick that gold X in half yesterday, and that was a message. Mm-hmm. Damn it. Spoiler. Atlas has messed up his knee. The injury bug. Listen, nobody in wrestling's. It's going to happen to everybody. Every company's going to get hit by the injury bug at some point. You know, Triple H loves them Steiners. It was cool to see Rick Steiner in the crowd. I never said Kevin Dunn. You did. Anyway.
He fished you into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, would. That's a Jim Cornette joke. If people don't know, just type in Jim Cornette, Kevin Dunn, and prepare to laugh for hilarity, probably for 5 minutes. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there was anyone else notable's name that I saw on that list that I could think of that we knew instantly as soon as we saw it. I was just hurt that Regal and Road Dogg had something to offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the crazy thing is your mind goes to, well, what could Regal do in AEW? They don't need any more people. It's
backstage though.
I think Regal will be a great manager too for someone.
That's what I'm saying. They could always use more people backstage training these guys.
Listen,
Regal would be awesome.
Rob knows. I called Rob and I was like, I already got what they do with Road Dogg. Put it with Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody.
So here's the thing, man. AEW right now, they have a lot of mediocre talent, right? That they're trying to push to the moon. They have fucking guys like QT Marshall training these guys. Bring in William Regal, dude. Nobody gives a fuck about QT Marshall.
QT's really good, though, I think. I think he's better than people give him credit for. You don't think I think he's a great trainer. Look at the guys he's producing. Fuego and all those guys are over.
How can he be a great trainer though and come on the ring and suck so much ass?
Just continue being on Sammy's vlogs and just being a trainer.
I think those guys are like that on purpose. Like the Brooklyn Brawler, Barry Horowitz, they're great wrestlers. They just know when they go in there, yeah, I'm supposed to get the shit kicked out of me. Come on, let's do this. You know?
I'll give you that, Conrad. You're a smart guy, man. I'm gonna give you that. But I can't stand QT Marshall, and I think that William Regal would have a lot to offer the AEW roster.
Chucky loves the Steiners. I appreciate that, Chuckaroo. Tim Thatcher. Yeah, Timothy Thatcher was somebody that sucks to see him go. And maybe he'll find progress and all those places are opening back up. Danny Burch was another sad one. I like Danny Burch a lot. Him and Oni were a great tag team. He was helping train, apparently. Look up Jim Cornette's epic burial. Oh, my God. I can't look that up. I think I've heard that one once before. Nah, Tony called Regal up immediately. Probably. Yes, you're probably not wrong there. Regal at the Nightmare Factory, and he lives in Atlanta. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm just saying, man.
And E likes your point, Jesse. It's like Paige. If WWE drops her today, based on knowledge alone, TK would sign her. I think I would sign Paige too.
Undoubtedly.
She was a prodigy that never got her chance to do what she was going to do. But listen, guys.
She's supposed to come back too, right?
She wants to, but I don't know if the company will let her. That gets into that weird territory of Edge and all that stuff when, hey, we're interested in signing you. Let's have our doctors to give you a good look, buddy. You're good to go. Sign here. You mean for 5 years you told me I couldn't wrestle and I could have?
Yeah.
Minor details. But with that being said, guys, feel free to promote away, and we'll get ready to get on out of here.
All right, I guess I'll go. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Follow us on Twitter at TPWS Podcast. We drop podcasts every Monday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review because I know that you can do that now on Spotify. So that's awesome, as well as Everything Pro Wrestling, of course. go give these guys reviews, man. It takes 5 seconds of your time and it helps us out a great deal. This Monday, we're releasing What If Brett Never Got Screwed? As I like to say, Brett screwed Brett. But yeah, we got a whole What If series, about 5 weeks worth. And one of the What If series dropped this Monday with Conrad, the Eddie Guerrero. What if Eddie was still with us? Go check that out. It was a fun time with Conrad over on the podcast.
And let me thank James now. Thank you for letting me fill in, good sir.
Of course, great fill-in.
With that being said, guys, check out the Pro Wrestling Shoot. This is Everything Pro Wrestling. We're going to keep these AEW Dynamite live reviews coming up. But like I said, subscribe to the podcast. You might get something that's Wrestle Kingdom worthy on there soon. So make sure you guys are subscribed and locked in. And with that being said, for myself, Jesse, James, this is Everything Pro Wrestling, and we are out.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. By the fans, for the fans, not many in this can understand, this the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, please listen every day to the showcase, the opinions and knowledge that anyone can take, showing you how it is done, proving I am number one, what a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans, not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes.